Hello again, YouTube. So that's 2 vlogs in a row where I got cut off after hardly recording anything, where my phone popped up a thing saying I'm out of space. And in both instances, I checked to see how much available space I had, and I don't remember the numbers. I don't remember numbers very well, but it was a lot. Like, I had 8-ish gigs free. That shouldn't preclude me from recording video. So I just rebooted my iPhone. Apparently iOS is retarded. So hopefully that resolves that situation. Anyway, I'm almost to Bullocks now. By the way, it's hardly any time between this one and the last one. I got 6:52 on my clock, which means it's 6:57, and yeah, I want to keep talking, and so I want to talk by them, so I don't look like I'm a crazy guy talking to myself in my car. Oh goodness! Oh, so these things, man. So flustered. I don't understand why that one credit card I have, and I'll call them out. It's the Fry's 123 rewards card. I used to love that card. It had a lot of perks. They've been slowly taking the perks away from it. And because of my kitchen situation, I'm not really buying groceries at Fry's or anywhere at this point. So, yeah, I'm. Wow, I think I just got weird gestures from one of the creepiest looking streetwalkers I think I've ever seen. Yikes. But now I'm wishing I was actually videoing, had this up in the taping the road in front of me instead of my face, because dang, that was lost opportunities. And I don't, yeah, she's walking up 27th Avenue, so that derailed my train of thought. Fry's 123 rewards card, which is a product of US Bank, which is really interesting, because like the reason I called them is I got an email saying that my payment was late and calling to confirm your payment, blah 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 blah, and I'm thinking, well, I got auto payments on everything. Why would any of my anything, like, why would I be getting an email telling me something is late? I haven't run out of money in the bank, and I mean it's a lower balance than I'm comfortable with, but I'm sure as shit not out. And like why did an automatic payment not happen? And then I got on the phone with him and realized that that yes, I did have a problem with him in the past. For some reason, their customer service representatives, when you call them on the phone, are completely incapable. And it's not that, it's not that they're stupid. It's whoever set up their system is stupid. Well, you have to do it online. You have to do it on the app. I am really inept with unfamiliar apps, and I know I'm not the only one. I mean, I keep saying I'm going to give more of the story about what happened yesterday with the 2 older women that I gave a ride from Bullocks to from Bullocks up to St. Nick's, and this kind of goes back to them. You know, me being kind of a nerd, like I'm sitting there at the table with 3 devices, and I can't tell you the make and model of my Obama phone. It's the Obama phone. But I mean, I can look at it and it says the model on it, and I'm capable with it enough. I know where to go to get some specifics from it in the menu. Of course, this phone I'm recording on here, it's an iPhone 6s Plus. I'm quite familiar and fond of this device. And the other one, when I first started dinking around with it a few days ago, I just knew it was a Motorola Droid. Like, oh, it's an Android. It's a Motorola Droid. It took me a while to figure out, specifically that it's a Droid 4. But at any rate, I just asked her what she had, because it looked like a pretty high-end device. And she's like, oh, it's an Android. I'm like, but what is it? Like, no, and she has no idea. And I talk to people all the time that, that like I'm in dive bars a lot. So in case you hadn't noticed, and the majority of them have TouchTunes jukeboxes, and I use the TouchTunes app a lot. It's really convenient. It's definitely one that I enjoy and appreciate. And there's a lot of perks, and I won't get into them all because I don't want to completely derail this vlog here. But there's a lot of perks to using the app versus going up to the jukebox and putting in money. And so I generally recommend it to people, and there are so many people that are just like, yeah, I don't know how to do that. And that's kind of where I am with all these different credit card companies who want me to install their apps and do stuff through their apps. And I have a couple that I use they're accounts that I use daily. So I use those apps and I'm familiar with them. I get really annoyed every time they do an update and move shit around. And to me, imagine if your car's got regular updates. And actually, for those of you who have newer cars, I guess you do. Reason number 300 why I don't want to own a Tesla. Imagine if when you got in your car and you started your car, or you went to start your car, it told you needed to wait because you needed an update. And then after the update, they decided that they were going to put the gas, put the accelerator, the acceleration function was going to become a function of the pedal on the left, and the braking function was going to become a function of the pedal on the right. I mean, it sounds like a ridiculous analogy, but is it? Because every time they move shit in an app, I do have some mental health issues, and I'm riding largely on muscle memory. I really struggle to form new memories, and I'm clicking, I'm pointing at the screen to the places where I remember to point at the screen, and if they move that, I struggle with it. So if you're in app development, stop doing that. It's not making it better. It's just pissing people off. Stop it. Anyway, yes. Oh, you got to set that up in the app. I don't want your app, man. I hardly use this card at all. My balance is $7. Do I really want to waste space on my phone and time learning an app for $7? Of course, then that begs the question, well, do you really want to keep a credit card that you used for $7? I'm like, well, maybe I'll need it at some point. It's got some, if I go back to buying groceries at Fry's, it has some very substantial rewards that come, amount to a grocery discount. So yeah, actually I do want to keep it. And then after listening to a guest on the Bohannon show that was an expert in, consumer credit, from what he said, if I cancel that card just because the customer service is annoying, I will experience a drop in my FICO. I don't want that. I'd rather continue to have it available if for some reason I need to get gas or groceries from Fry's. I don't see me using it anywhere else because the customer service is horrible. Oh, and that's the other thing I was going to comment about. So when he called, I didn't even really know. I'm just going off the information in this email that says that that they haven't received my payment. And I'm like, why would you not receive my payment? And everything. And he's like, well, I'm going to need your full. I asked for the last 4 digits on the account, which was in the email, so I just read it off the email. Good to go. He goes, well, I'm going to need your full account number. I'm like, yeah, I don't know that. I'm not entirely sure which account you're talking about, dude. I'm just calling in response to this email. Let's work with the data that's on the email. And he's like, well, it'll be the number on your card. Okay, can you tell me which card? It took a while. It took a lot of back and forth and what to him probably seemed like contentious arguing to get to the point where it's like your Fry's 123 card. Fry's Rewards, your Fry's Rewards credit card. It doesn't say U.S. Bank on it anywhere, I don't think. I'm not going to pull it out and stick it on the camera, because that would be dumb. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't say U.S. Bank on it anywhere. And the email I got had a U.S. Bank logo, and it didn't say Fry's Rewards card on it anywhere. How do people not see this as bad customer service? This is not consumer friendly. And why is it that I have no problem with my storage or with my internet service provider, or with my utility companies, or with my several other credit cards, or with PayPal credit, setting up automatic payments with them on the phone. I mean, I have to have my bank routing number. You know, they're not going to pull that out of their butt. But, you know, as long as I have the right information, which I probably didn't have when I was on the phone with them, to be fair. But if they've got that, you know, if they've already got that information, I'm fine. And if not, they'll tell me what I need and I call back. I generally have that information handy. I do know how to retrieve it from the Wells Fargo app, which is the one I use the most. Is the one I actually do use. Yeah, like, no, you need to do that on the website or the app. Really, everybody else does it over the phone. I could do it in person. I did it in person at my storage facility. I just went into the office during business hours. I'm like, hey, let's set this up. So if I get busy and I can't make it down here to make my payment, or if I get busy and due to my mental issues, I forget to call and make a payment, it just happens. That way you're not evicting me and we don't have any issues, because generally speaking, there's enough money to cover that when it needs to be covered. For some reason, U.S. Bank can't seem to do that over the phone. I haven't tried to do it in person. I wouldn't even know where to go. But if they can't do it over the phone, I doubt they can do it in person. But yeah, I've got to try to navigate a website that I've never used, or install an app that I probably don't have to put my phone for. Not happy with U.S. Bank right now. Anyway, I'm wasting time. I'm at like 12 minutes. I'm going to go into bullets. Try to get my show ready. I'm pretty early, but I want to work on music for a while. Actually, right now, I just want to work on beers and decompressing. That was a highly, highly stressful call. I believe I was only taxed $7 or $7.50. They told me that it's usually a higher charge, but that they didn't charge me more because I had such a low balance. I'm like, you know, good customer service would have been to not charge me at all over such a trivial amount. $7? Are you fucking kidding me? Or, I don't know, do the automatic minimum payment like I've asked you guys to do repeatedly. How about that? Anyway, I even did play that. I played the ADA card. I said, you know, I've got a diagnosis. Y'all are supposed to try to accommodate disabilities pursuant to the American with Disabilities Act. I'm telling you, I lack the mental acuity to do this on a brand new, on an unfamiliar website or on an unfamiliar app. But I could, let's do this on the phone. And you're saying you can't accommodate that? You're not accommodating my disability. I don't know. Maybe I got an ADA lawsuit. Honest to God, thinking about it, because that shit pissed me off. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to go in, get back in a happy mood. I got at 7 o'clock, so I got 2 hours to bring on the happy before my show starts. So, feel like my hair is looking pretty good. Dressed pretty well. It's always kind of a struggle for me to not look, as my daughter says, to not look like a hobo, and to not look like somebody who is struggling with mental issues. So I think I got it covered on the physical end. I just need to get my mental end where it needs to be. So I'm going to wrap this up. And obviously what my phone needed was a reboot, because I just recorded, 14 minutes of video without any issue. So yeah, having that iOS issue on top of like Banker driving me nuts. Modern life. Struggling with my first world problems. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day.